What you doing out in these streets, Roux? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out? What you doing out? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out in these streets, Roux? We in these streets.
All right, we are. First of all, this is the first Firecast. As you guys can see, we have a fire.
Firecast, trademark.
Trademark. we wanna say a major shout out to the man of the house, Corrie, for inviting us into his home.
Yes.
Salute.
Inviting us to his home to have this first ever Firecast. It was a childhood dream of mine for the last 3 months. The last 3 months.
You've grown a lot in 3 months.
It's been an honor for the last 2 weeks.
I eat my veggies, David. But as you guys know, David isn't new to these streets at all. David has been over here. The most hated man in these streets. Whenever I get David on, I lose subscribers.
But yet he always invites me back.
And Corrie, it's your first time in these streets, so we want to welcome you. Welcome, Corrie.
Thank you. So?
What? Aren't you gonna say anything, Corrie? Speech.
Okay.
How do you feel about the podcast?
Yeah, it's your first one.
No.
Is it your first one?
It is my first one, yes.
Okay.
I feel honored.
What's the expectation of this?
Yes.
Is to make a nice fire and to get warm in this cold weather.
Yeah.
And to see how the experience is.
Okay.
To enjoy the friendship.
Yes.
And to talk about just random stuff.
Okay.
To just enjoy, just to talk nonsense.
And to
enjoy the kakpraat.
Yeah.
I think you should have another podcast. You should set up another podcast in these streets, and then another one, Biggie Kakpraat. And
There's always kakpraat.
But sometimes you have some serious people on you.
This is true.
That's in the streets for them. When you invite me on, it's a Biggie Kakpraat vandag. So it'll be called Biggie Kakpraat.
But these streets don't discriminate. We're very inclusive. Talk about anything. We invite everyone on. As you guys can see, this is the first ever two white people on.
We're making history. I made history the first time and I was the only white person. Now there's 2 white people. Yes. South Africa is changing, bro. This is changing our lives.
Ending racism right here in these streets.
Yeah, this is actually how people should, be.
Yeah.
People should just make fire, invite. Doesn't matter who stays where. You just invite.
Okay, you can't invite anybody now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You invite your street. You must know who's in your street.
You invite your street.
You must know who's in your street.
It's kakfari.
That we don't even do. We don't invite our streets anyway.
Yeah, it's all changed these days though. Neighbors aren't the same like when we grew up. You knew your neighbors.
Yes.
You invited them over for braai or can I borrow some brown sugar?
Oh yeah. No, you're right. Look, when I was growing up, you knew everyone. Left, right, behind, front, whatever. You played with everyone in the street. Nowadays, I know my neighbors, but I don't know them. I know their names. I know one of their names. I know some of them, but not. I don't care with them and braai and whatever.
Just
when
wave.
the past, it was when I was growing up, my parents used to braai with everyone around us. Everyone used to be our friends. Now it's very antisocial nowadays, man. You don't know your neighbors really. It's just hello, bye. Sometimes not even a hello and bye.
Yeah. I haven't even met my one neighbor. I haven't even seen my one. I don't know what it looks like.
Is the house not maybe vacant?
Word on the street is that somebody does live there.
Word on the street.
What I haven't seen him. I don't know if he knows what I look like also.
But one true fact, ne, is that in every place you will ever live, you will always find that awkward old neighbor, either next to you or across the street, where everyone else is having a nice time. You will have this one person.
Maybe that's that neighbor.
Maybe that's the neighbor.
Look at that.
Maybe that's that neighbor.
Yeah, you know, I've
It's
got
possible. It's possible. You always have them.
Always.
We actually have a friend, a mutual friend, lives down the road.
Yeah.
His neighbor behind him, yes, is forever giving everyone cuck.
Really?
When there's music going, but it's an old lady.
As you phone the police.
Well, I don't know about she actually did have a case against the guy next to the other guy. Police, noise disturbance and stuff. There was a whole court case and stuff. But as he says, there's always one. You having and it's not like we go there and we have a party until 3 o'clock in the morning. 12 o'clock, Saturday night, music's off. You can still care or whatever, but no more music.
Yeah.
I mean, we're young people.
Exactly.
Ek is nou nie 60, bro.
Of course.
But yeah, there's always that one. Luckily, where I live, I haven't really had that, but I know they are.
Yeah. I think, like people that phone the police, okay, there are times where it's like, maybe you have to go work the next day, or maybe you need your sleep for X, Y, and Z. But there are times the neighbors are just hating, man. They're like, why wasn't I invited? Why am I left out? You don't speak to me.
No, we had a case there a while back. I think it was last year. There's one friend of mine's birthday party, and he doesn't have a massive sound system, a music thing. It's just he had like a little jukebox, Bluetooth speaker. I don't know if Corrie was there, and a lot of people there anyway. We catering, doing our thing, playing this thing there, this little jukebox thing, and eventually this woman started hitting the wall with a broomstick, bro.
And it's a small little Bluetooth.
Small, there's a hearty, bro.
Yeah.
I see a music system for Corrie,
Yeah.
and she's banging on that wall with a fucking broomstick. Bah, bah, bah. Was it we didn't know what to say. It's like, what? And it was like maybe, I don't even think it was 10 o'clock at night. But yes, and it was his birthday. It's not that specific friend. He doesn't, he never makes a noise.
No.
Look, he'll be in his house, doors closed, and he'll listen to his music. He likes racing cars, watching cars, races and stuff like that. But that night it was like once in a blue moon. It's his birthday, man.
Yes.
He comes no bietjie uithaal.
Yes.
And she was banging on this wall with his bloody broomstick. First, when she did it the first time, everyone was like, what the hell is this? And no one really knew what it was. We were just like, okay. And we carried on. And then it came again. And then I think someone jumped onto the wall or the roof or something to check what the hell's happening. And they saw this old lady moving the wall with a fucking broomstick. And I'm like, yes, it's really, man. Yeah, it's sad, man.
She maybe had night terrors, man.
I know, look, she
Night terrors.
She likes a quiet time, I suppose, but give us something as well, man. You were young as well once.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Debatable.
Well.
I stayed at this flat one time and I had this, what was it? Was like a random spur of the moment gathering. It wasn't even a party. We weren't even playing music. It was like low music, but we were on the balcony. Not on the balcony, we were in the front. I lived on the ground floor.
Oh, yeah.
And the people upstairs. So we were like on this patio thing, whatever you call it. So we were chilling out there. People were smoking, drinking, and
as we do.
Yes, in these streets. We don't discriminate. And then we were talking, man. We were just talking loud and laughing, man. And these people were complaining. We're like, but we just talking, and then they found the police. The policeman came, like, oh, we just talking, they got upset.
What did police do?
They said, no, you must calm down.
Yeah.
You stay in a complex.
But see,
yes.
The difference is, if you are not per se making a noise, but having a good time, you're not bothering people intentionally and breaking stuff or, just going out of your way to disturb them. People should understand that, look, like David said, you were young once. I'm sure then, back in the day, you could have done even more and you got away with it.
Yeah.
Now you make noise and the cops come. It wasn't like that back then.
Wasn't.
So it's not like you know, if you want to sleep and people are talking loud, now you have to phone the cops. There's better things for the cops to do, man, than
Exactly.
make you quiet and.
And I mean, I can understand if it's someone that does it every day.
Different
every
story.
day in the week,
Yes.
weekends, where you can't net fucking mal out.
Yeah.
Story, yeah.
But I mean, with us especially, Corrie, myself, my other friends, it's usually a Friday or a Saturday, never really both. It'll maybe be a Friday at my house, a Saturday at another friend's house, but it's not the whole week, the whole day at one person's house, and it's a hell of a lot of noise. I mean, I've got an old auntie living next door to me, fucking the best auntie ever, bro. And you're gonna ask Corrie, I've got also a little jukebox thing, but this thing is ek gooi riding. And not once since I've lived in that place. I think I've been there like 9 years now, and she complained. And her room is basically, my braai is like here. Behind that is her garage, and just next to the garage is her room. And it's built onto the garage, so windows there. She's never complained.
Really?
And she's an old auntie. She's like, yes, bro. She's probably like in the 70s maybe.
Wow.
Never once complained. But now you get these other old aunties or uncles. They're miserable and this and that. I mean, rather just come over and have a talk some or come talk some or pay
If you have their number, just send a WhatsApp. Just say, you know, please keep it down, guys. I'm trying to sleep, or my baby needs sleep, or whatever the case.
But then as well, you can still say, okay, but look here, it's this time now. We'll be quiet at 12.
Yes.
You can like negotiate.
Yeah.
Don't tell me at 8 o'clock in the evening, now you must be quiet.
I'm watching note for note.
Yeah, bro. I work a whole week. This is my day to relax. And now you want to tell me keep quiet.
No, about that auntie, I don't know her, like David maybe know her, but I knew her sons, I know her sons. Now, one of her sons, she had 3 sons. The one is like about 2 years older than myself.
Yeah.
Her one son is about 3 years younger. And then she had a son, the middle son, who was my age.
Okay.
Now, he died young. He died like just after high school in a bike accident in their street.
Yeah, just down the road from us.
Yes. He was on the bike. There's a church not far from David's house. He went down there and a car smashed him right there in that street.
Shit.
So maybe also when she looks at us, she thinks of him. His name was also
David.
coincidentally David.
Yeah, she's told me the story. And his brother, his younger brother, actually, he passed away on his lap there. His younger brother, I don't know how he heard, but he went there and the guy was, anyway, he passed away. But yeah, maybe it's like he said, she, maybe it reminds...
She sees him in us, maybe.
Yes.
You know? Like, he would have been the same age, being doing the same thing. Yeah. He would have been doing the same thing at this time, had he been alive. So maybe she's just like...
kind of looking out for him in some creepy way.
Thinking that, you know, when she looks at us, thinking he would have been doing the same thing. I knew him. He was a fucking stoutgat. He was a stoutgat. In school, he was sort of expelled, but it's not expelled as in you can't come back to school, but
suspended.
Many times for doing a lot of shit. And now she's looking at us thinking, you know, he could have grown up like us, doing the same thing, you know, and she feels like, why is she going to call the cops on us? Her son could have been even worse. So, and I think she maybe enjoys it in a way. Because as she's not old as in retiring old, but you can see that every time we get there and she's outside, she's always so friendly, like David says. She is like the best neighbor you can have.
Awesome
so talking about the old neighbor that everyone has, he's got the old neighbor, but not like we have. Like the call the cops neighbor.
Wow.
It's a neighbor who won't necessarily join, but wouldn't mind it. And tomorrow when she sees you, she'll just ask you, did you have a good time?
Look, and she knows, man, if she has a problem, she's got my number. Well, I think my wife's number. I don't know if she has my number. But I've told her already, tell me, look, if there's a problem, just let me know.
Yeah.
Never once in, like I said, like 9 years has she ever had a problem.
Never.
So, no, look, I'm very blessed with my neighbors. They don't complain. where other people, like I said, oh yeah, they struggle with their neighbours.
Yeah.
But also, but even Corrie, you don't struggle with your neighbours.
No, I had that as a child, or while I was in school.
Yeah.
The people staying across from me, they were forever just watching what we're doing. If we are outside as children, myself and my friends, we would usually play cricket outside.
Oh, lekker.
And as we play cricket, they will always come and just stand there out on the stoop and watch us.
Just watch.
Like, okay, yes, maybe once or twice the ball will go there, but we don't play to go and hit the ball there.
Yes.
So if it goes there accidentally, you know, but they were always trying to, you know, do something to prevent us from being kids.
Yeah, from having fun.
And as you grow up and you start having these braais and you're getting people over, they would be the ones calling the cops. Although the cops won't say, we knew who it was.
You know who it is, yeah.
And eventually they moved out.
No.
That's,
And then the problem stopped.
the problem stopped and the braais got bigger.
Of course the problem stopped.
So, yeah.
But even, look, just when you were younger as well,
Yeah.
off to a different topic now really, but can you remember being able to play in the streets, man?
Yeah.
No?
Cricket
When you were,
then.
where you was not talking about playing cricket in the street. Yes, bro. I grew up in Durban, and we used to always be in the street with our bicycles. Look, where I lived, we were like on a main road in Durban, but behind me there was like the roads weren't as busy. So I jumped over the wall to the guys behind me, had friends there, and then everyone in that road, we'd go out on the streets, we'll ride our bikes, we play, tok-tokkie.
Yo.
And the cops were never called, you ran around. And you know what, we only came home at night at like 12 at night, you go home. And we were late. I mean, I was in primary school, man.
I remember roaming the streets at night.
Exactly, and no
Playing
one cared. Your
tok-tokkie.
parents didn't care.
And it's so much fun to man.
You would run, and no one really had a problem with it. Now, yeah, bro, as you know, tok-tokkie speel, as skiet hulle jou somme. And I mean, you can't play cricket, rugby, whatever in the street now anymore. These people drive like maniacs,
They
man.
too. And not just that, like kidnappings. Like
But that's what I wanted to say as well. That
Yeah.
and kidnappings, people, some guy will just come past you and grab you, and there you go.
There you go.
My daughter, she's 5, she will never ever play in the street. It's just, I'm sorry, bro. If I can't see you,
Yeah.
you're not going there. And look, in my yard, I've got luckily a nice big yard. She's got a lot of place to play there and so on. That's fine.
Yeah.
But even in the front of the yard, I don't allow her to play in the front. In the back, it's
No.
fine. Look,
Yeah,
I've got a
because people
gate and
can
a
know you
wall
out.
and everything in the front. High walls, high gates and whatever. But just the fact is, someone can just jump over. Look, I've got 2 moose dogs.
Yeah.
But still, just now these dogs are at the back and whatever. So
True.
at the back, I know no one's going to come in
Exactly.
there. So it's actually sad what's happened. Our childhoods, our kids will never experience the same childhoods that we had as kids.
Yeah.
And it's very sad. Now it's just you can't even take your kids to send
We
them
have
to
to
the
put
mall
some-
because they'll be kidnapped there as well.
True.
Some plankies
Oh
on.
shit. It's a dying over here. Oh fuss. Wait.
Waarom met daar met die fan?
I'm scared this mic is gonna fucking. We can't call this a fire because there's no fire.
No, the fire's died. It's cold now. I think where's the stakes? No. Wait. Let Corrie blow there. He had a couple of drinks now. There's a whoop.
Skype Friday.
Nah, I tell you what. We had some good times as kids.
Yo. Like, do kids still play Blindermore these days?
What?
Exactly.
What?
Blindermore.
Blenheim Mall.
There-
What's that?
there- there's
You
your
don't know
answer.
I don't
There's
know.
your
Blind
answer.
Man's Bluff.
I don't know what that is. You need to explain,
he's
man.
too young.
Play.
He's too young to.
I'm younger than the two
know
of
what-
you.
No, but like you just like you're in a room with friends. One gets to be blindfolded.
Huh?
You spin them around like 10 times. Or you sing a song or some shit. I think.
Do you not
spin
put off
them
the
around.
light also?
Yes, the lights are obvious. And then you must have to catch people like.
That sounds like Marco Polo, man.
Nee, is die Marco Polo. Die Marco
It's the
Polo-
same concept.
Marco Polo. Marco Polo.
Blenheim Mall.
Nee.
I really can't remember that.
Really?
No, I can't remember playing that. Oh, so you blindfolded and then you now need to like catch them.
Catch
Yes.
people in a room. A room is small though, so you move around the whole time. Man.
Maybe that was before my time.
Oh,
I'm still a youngster, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still in my 20s. Waarvoor lag jy? I've just got a lot of mileage on, man.
Yo, David. That doesn't sound good, no? How many people can hear on the mic? I'm blowing.
I'm thinking the same thing. You just make a static noise now.
Elvin, daar pose 'n flap.
Waar is het?
Ja, ek sê maar so breek die fan, bro. Daai ding, hy gooi.
I don't want to break this thing now.
No, it's not gonna break.
Oh, damn it.
Ek as
Jy sterk, maar jy is so sterk.
as jy so baie reën in die Kaap gehad het, het jy daai ding nodig.
Nee.
Let there be fire. I'm gonna get one of these.
I've bought every single person in my friends group one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first thing I buy, and it's so cheap. I just buy everyone that thing because it's just, it works, man.
How many times have you been in these streets, David? And never, not once, did you organize me one of those flaps.
You have never had a fire.
This is true.
This is the first time
This
that
is
you actually
true.
organize a fire with me.
This is true. This is true.
I've told you, invite me, I'll bring my flap with.
This is true. Good point, David. Good point. Point taken.
Well, now I know next weekend, parties at Alvin's house.
How fast? I'm gonna check my Palm Pilot. You're not gonna be this schedule.
We're nervous and arguing, man. No.
These streets. But what am I doing next week? I don't know.
Exactly. Foko.
What am I doing?
You braai.
Yeah, there's something right in there.
We flapping.
No, we're flapping.
I don't know. But anyway.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, you know, these people just invite themselves, you know, it's crazy.
It's white people, bro. we don't give a fuck. You know, so many times, ask Corrie. Then I come here. Then I'll come here, bro. We watch a rugby or whatever, and then I'll just sit here, man. Everyone's a big few cans there. It just
Randomly.
It just happens.
We haven't organized anything,
Yeah.
and then I'll just sit here, watch. We'll take a couple of beers. His father will generally join us, and we'll sit here and like, maar 4 keer zo lekker wees, nee. Ons 4 keer krijgen. And it's just fucking organize.
end up braai.
Within like 5 minutes, you organize a braai. Go get the wood, go get the dop, whatever.
And then you phone a couple of friends
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
they just come over.
as a moves thing. And you know how regular that actually happens. As if you know you're gonna come over for braai, for rugby or whatever, someone's gonna organize a braai.
It's always.
Yeah, we don't have to plan, we just
Yeah.
get it done.
No, look, I got here this afternoon at like 1 o'clock or whatever, just after 1. And I was talking to his parents and so on. And already, they said, we must come for braai. They're braaiing tonight.
Wow.
You see, I didn't organize anything. I didn't know of anything. Now it's like, no, we're going to braai.
Braai, that's
And
it.
That's why people, we love our braais. You must just say braai, X daar, waar, wanneer.
The best thing is, the best thing is, he's gonna braai here, ne? I'm not even gonna be here. But that's how it is, ne? Okay, that is what I have to say. My parents are young parents. They had me when they were young.
Okay.
So what's nice for me is it's not me caring with my friends. It's me and my parents.
Oh, wow.
Like I don't even have to be here. And my friends can come and care with my
That
with
makes
my
me feel
parents.
very uncomfortable.
No, it's
That
not.
makes me very uncomfortable.
No, it's not.
His parents are
No, it's
awesome.
not.
Yes,
No.
sir.
Camping.
I mean, I've been camping with his parents alone. He doesn't come with. Me, my
He's-
wife, my
he's way
daughter,
to
we
camp
go
with
camping
my
with
parents.
him.
Serious?
Yeah, we go alone.
I'll be too nervous. He might just slip and say something that he shouldn't say.
No, they know everything.
He's not
They
gonna
know
marry
everything.
my
You
mom.
know- you know-
it's
No, but still.
You know, we won't go into the stories, but I mean, his father's been in a lot of kak with us. So there's nothing really to hide. No, look, I've known him and his parents now for a very long time.
No.
And his parents are honestly, my wife and myself, we consider them as our friends.
No.
They'll come braaiing at us. He doesn't come. He has something else planned or whatever.
Yo.
His parents will come braai there, just us braaiing.
That's cool.
I'll invite them. Or they'll invite us, no, come braai. Then like to that I said, like I told you.
I've never heard that before.
No, we're going to come braai here. Now Corey's got plans. He's going out. Okay. Well, I don't care.
He's not gonna not come because I'm not here. It's not
Exactly,
like
because
that.
we're such good friends with his parents actually. We can actually sit and have a conversation and talk kak with his father, with his mother.
I've never heard that before.
And you know what? You're right. I haven't really had that relationship with any of my other friends' parents, where I would do something like that. And I haven't really heard of anyone else having that relationship with their friends, parents or so.
Exactly.
It's just, I think because in the beginning, when we met and so on, and we started going out and whatever, we used to go camping a lot with his parents. Then myself, his wife, it was before we had kids. We'd go and we'd have a ball of a time. Yes, we'd care and we'd drink and we'd fucking have a lekker time. And it's just, then he'll go sleep and then me and his father will care, or I'll go sleep and him and his father. Him and his father, they're also very good friends almost. And it's so lekker, Lou.
I've never experienced that before.
No, it's awesome.
Never heard of that.
Now look, his parents are young at heart. I mean, they're not young people,
But-
but as he says, they're young.
At the heart, yeah.
Young at
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
His father, well, he's altijd op voor een kuier, bro. He's altijd op. And I love it, bro. I love that toppie. Nah, bro, you talk a whole lot of kak.
No. He was one of those. When he was younger, he was one of those rough kennismen. You know, him and his gang of friends. They were that type that would go to a kuier. They would go out on Wednesdays, on Fridays, on Saturdays to dance places, man.
Oh, lekker.
And they would like travel far. It's not like now where you scared to drink because the cops.
Oh, yeah.
They would go far, and
To be
as a gang, man, they would always go sort of look.
I go a gang, bro.
No, like a gang of friends,
Okay.
not gangsters.
I was like, yo,
Unless you know mercy.
I was like, yo, the streets is wild.
No,
like, yo.
no. But they would go and kind of, because they knew they had the manpower, man. So they would like be those guys who
And his
would
father was the
suck,
smallest
man.
out of them all.
Yeah.
You'll see, he's a small toppie.
They would actually send him to go look for kak.
What?
Yes. And then and my dad's not scared. Okay, he comes from Johannesburg. Okay, he comes from Gauteng. Let's call it that. He came here when he was standard 9. That's now grade 11. So he had the Joburg slang stuff going on.
Yeah.
So when he'd come here, he would tune the guys. Ek is van die Joeys. And he would like kick the ground. He would say, check die sparks. Ek sommer bakkel jou frame, you know?
What?
And he will look for kak. And then those that actually wants to retaliate, they would get it, because then the others would come and they would just like, it's like what we now know as a bar fight.
Oh, yeah.
A disco fight.
A disco fight.
Yeah, they would do disco fights.
Broer.
So okay, yeah, he's calmed down a lot, but
Oh,
his
he's very
spirit
rustic.
and his kuier, he's a real South African braai, and you know.
Ja, maar ik weet niet wat de topic ons was, nie, maar...
Well, yeah, what were we talking? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Ja, hij feel like mooi, nee. Hij lijkt nog een beetje in elkaar, maar hij brandt.
This wood is so wet. It's been raining in Cape Town.
Oh, yes.
Like, for 40 days and 40 nights.
Nee, maar dat is die ding, man. You need to look, if you...
And we didn't have to build a boat.
Yes.
Yes.
You must check my yacht. Did I say?
Yeah.
I think it was niet.
Yo. You were swimming in your yacht.
I was swimming in my yard over there.
What? That's madness, David.
Yeah.
Madness.
I couldn't make it. I had something on that evening.
Yeah, you also invited me. I said, you know what? I would have came. You know, the pool looked tempting.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? If I didn't have this thing,
If not, yes.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
he had a house in his pool. He had a trampoline in his pool.
Nee,
He had all the things. He had grass in his pool.
this guy,
Yeah.
this guy.
Ja, hij had een houseboat.
He almost had a bike and a car in his pool. If it rained a bit more.
Almost, yeah.
But I saw some of the videos and the photos, like places down in Bosch and Paul.
Yeah.
Some in the houses, the water just came in.
Frans Hoek.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the place Oude Molen. They call it the Hollandse Molen, but we know it as Oude Molen.
Okay.
That place has been there forever. I've been going to that place as I'm not talking about even a school child, man. I was like little. There were people evacuated there because you could canoe out there.
Wow.
There's a river,
Yeah.
and it was just all flooded.
It
All
overflowed,
flooded.
Sheesh.
It was bad. They evacuated everything there.
And look, this is okay. It was a lot of rain, right? But it wasn't like a lot of rain. Like if you think about it, like I don't know if you know this. Like about 12,000 years ago, they estimate there was this massive asteroid impact that completely
killed the
wiped
dinosaurs.
out the
No,
completely
that's
wiped out
63
there
million years.
It ended the ice age, man. No, this wasn't ended the ice age, but yes, it was. It was a time when basically like it changes the landscape of the earth. Basically, they found artifacts now that they actually like countries, the way countries are mapped now. They find that people could walk across the different countries, but now because of the water level rise because of the asteroid impact.
But I saw the map. Have you ever seen the map that they drew of the Earth?
Yes.
Before the continent shifted.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
everything was connected.
Everything was
As
connected.
you
yes.
could
walk.
take a car and drive from America
You could.
Africa to Asia to
and they find if you go deep enough underwater, you can find these little pathways and these lands. They find land where people actually used to cross over, and now it's all water. So and that's why people got stuck on these countries or these continents because they couldn't move around anymore. It's crazy. Now if you think about what happened then now, that asteroid impact now. What if an asteroid hit us now?
So, yes, what?
Not even a big one. You know what I mean? Like just I mean, look at the tsunami. What damage that does?
Oh yes.
And that's just a tsunami. But what if it's like an asteroid impact that travels like 1,000 kilometers per hour and hits the Earth? What does that do to us?
It's crazy. But it's like that, what's that movie? Is a Deep Impact or something?
Yeah.
When the asteroid hits the ocean.
Yes.
And there's moors, waves.
Yeah.
And it like destroys basically most of the
exactly.
Earth.
Like, do you know, there's that asteroid that hit us back then, there's still like I don't know what it's called, but there's this asteroid, the size, it's about 500 kilometers in radius. So if you put it into perspective, it's like basically going from here to Ozone.
Justice.
The size of that,
crater.
That we pass every June or July and October.
Huh?
And that is.
It's an asteroid that's still up there.
It's all like we pass
it. Orbits us.
We pass it every July and October. Now, what if debris from that randomly just while we pass
and
it
that can happen?
Oh, it's done.
We are so vulnerable. People don't understand.
They just need to give me a month or so to make a plan.
What are you gonna do?
Drakensbergen toe, broer. Ek is Drakensbergen toe.
Nothing is gonna save you, David.
So what you were saying, you were almost I won't say predicting, but what you were saying is everyone is always talking about end of the world. Is it going to be fire? Is it going to be ice? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? So you're saying that could be it, possibly.
It's happened before.
It
happened before. Think of Egypt when they built the pyramids. We still don't know what happened. We still don't know how they built the pyramids.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of
speculation.
We can't even recreate that now.
There's this, there's that. It's a yellow.
We can't even recreate that now. That civilization existed back then.
And one of those stones, bricks, whatever, weighed like
tons.
50 tons or something.
Yes.
And others say they didn't have cranes and
They
stuff.
didn't.
They had to move these things by hand. How did that happen?
Manually. We don't have the technology now for that. If you look at Turkey now, there's this place, what's it called? Göbekli Tepe in Turkey.
Yes.
There's underground structures they built underground, like they lived underground, like they have like flats underground that they built now, with irrigation and everything, because of the impacts that happened before. So they built it to save themselves, because if it happens again, then they are safe.
That's
crazy.
The stuff we have mentioned now is on a specific show called Ancient Aliens.
No, Ancient Apocalypse.
And yes.
Ancient Apocalypse.
But I also saw those on Ancient Aliens.
Yeah, you used to watch Ancient Aliens.
Really? So that?
I had like
Where's your mic?
Where's your mic?
I had.
Oh, there it is. Don't hide it, bro.
Hy steek weg.
Don't be shy.
Omdraai.
People
Draai
hear
om.
what you want to
Net ook kan hy nie hoor nie, bro.
man,
Hy sê onder jou ding ingesteek.
Watch that.
This one.
Jy gaan hy mic moet gaan toets weer, bro. Maar
Once
praat
you-
ook klomp kakkies en hy gaan niks optel.
If you think we're high or something, they're gonna think, what did this guy just smoke now? It's like, what is going
Jy
on?
het met subtitles.
It's like, what? And we're from bad neighbors to aliens? Like,
No, but have you heard about this whole thing going on in America now? Where the government's actually admitting
Yes.
there's aliens and
yes, it
there's
was cover of New
UFOs
York
and,
Times.
and there was actually there's a whole story now, it's like 2 weeks ago that happened, I think 2-3 weeks, where this spaceship actually crashed in the back of this one family's yard.
Recently now.
No.
Oh, I heard about it, but these people, they couldn't interview them, and they every time ran away from the interview.
Yeah, but there's even, because the one police officer on his body cam, you could see the thing going through the air.
Really?
This thing
Is it
coming down.
footage.
There's footage.
Yeah.
And then obviously they had cell phone footage, but you can't really see anything. The people, they like change the contrast of the video to say, okay, they're in the tractor thing, there's
Why do
like
people do
an alien
that?
or whatever. But apparently, but not just that, the government's actually admitted
Yes.
that there's been alien contact.
I've seen
And
that.
they apparently, I don't know, in the 60s or when, they said that there was a crash, a UFO crash
Roswell.
landing. I don't know everything with Roswell is in, but what happened is there were like 3 or 4 beings on the ship, and 3 out of the 4 were dead.
Sure.
They actually, one of them was alive.
Whoa.
And Area 51, whatever.
Yeah.
They had it there and interviewed the thing and the whole thing.
Yeah.
But they're actually admitting, which is actually, I mean, yes.
Did you guys see
That
this
is now legit.
documentary, Moment of Contact, about this alien encounter in, what's that town's name in Brazil? Hey, who?
Rio?
Nia, see Rio. I can't remember the town's name, but it's an amazing documentary. It details like the people that saw it still alive, man. So they interview these people and they have testimonies from them back then. And these people are scared shitless. These people cry when talk about these stories, man. Cause like, and there's one incident where they carried the alien body. Yeah, there's these people, they walk in this alley, man. I think it's an alley, but they're walking past and they saw this creature, like they was frightened.
Oh?
They were frightened and they were scared shitless and they ran. They even described this alien being, and you see it looks quite evil and shit. Not evil, but it looks weird, like because of the eyes and shit. And
big eyes.
Yeah. And
But that's what everyone describes though, is big eyes.
But the eyes they described was red, man.
okay, no,
Eyes was
they
red.
didn't say what color
And you
it
can
was.
see they were frightened. This being was frightened, man. And you can see this being was hurt. Like this being, like what they say, like they couldn't handle the atmosphere or something, man.
Yeah.
And then they blocked off the town. They blocked off this
Yeah?
whole section of the town, and with the military and everything, right?
Yeah?
They blocked everything off. They transported apparently this alien being. I think there were 1 or 2 alien beings to 2 different hospitals to do tests on them, to do X-rays and stuff. They even interviewed the doctor as well. They interviewed the soldier that helped transport what's his name. One soldier died 2 weeks after he helped carry the alien to the car due to a bacterial infection that they couldn't understand.
Jesus.
It's so crazy. You must check it out, man. Who did the documentary? But it's amazing. It's amazing.
I haven't
This
heard
whole
that.
town, they even built like UFO like structures and stuff, like
Oh, really?
statues and stuff, because this happened in
They're
the
like
town.
known
They
for that now.
believe like it's so crazy.
But there's the same thing happened. Well, not the same thing, but in at Area 51 there was like also these documentary series and stuff. I can't remember what it was, but I watched this video. It was like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit longer. But anyway, this what happened is this was it Area 51? Something like that. But soldiers approached this alien spacecraft.
Yeah.
Or this UFO. And I don't know how many soldiers it was, but anyway, they approached this thing, and as they approached it, like got close to it, they just dropped down, like Moortu. And they took them to hospital, whatever, they were brain dead. And they said it's something, they were talking about this spacecraft had some, I don't know, whatever power or whatever it is that made them, it does something to your brain, man, and it just fucking resets you. Moortu. factory reset of fucking iets, ek weet nie wat nie.
Factory restore the default. Restore default settings.
And but these guys, they were fucking brain dead, bro.
Yo.
And it was like a couple of them, and these scientists couldn't figure out what happened to them. It's just they approached this craft, and it just zapped them. You couldn't see; they just collapsed, and they were brain dead. That's it. But this was now obviously long ago. It was a couple of, well, obviously years ago. But they're now talking about these things. Because a lot of these people that worked at Area 51, they've now been given the go-ahead to actually release information about, because I think it was last year, there was a court case. And then this court case in America said by last year, July, the government had to release the papers of all the classified documents of UFOs and this, and it came out of that. And then these people were obviously able to talk about it now, because this guy was like a doctor in this thing, and it was a hele fuck up, and it's like, yo, bro, look, I think on your podcast I've mentioned before, man, I believe there's aliens. And
this is the first time you're admitting in these streets, David. This is the first time you're admitting
They're proving me right.
No.
And did you believe in aliens?
I do.
Believe?
I've always believed in
this guy, I think his surname is Lazenby or something like that. I could be very wrong, but it's close to that. He worked in Area 51. He was called upon.
Bob Lazar. Is it Bob Lazar?
Lazar, yes.
Bob Lazar.
So he was called to sort of reverse engineer some of the craft.
Yes, I remember.
So he was given specific access, and he was once let into a room where he saw an alien just lying there. But his actual job was to reverse engineer this craft that they had in this big sort of room or whatever.
This warehouse or whatever.
Warehouse type.
I know the story, and
Bob Lazar,
his story never changed over all these years.
Yes.
And the only reason he spoke about it was to break this. Obviously he signed a NDA or something. Was because it was fear for his life.
Yes.
After they fired him.
He worked at a university or something.
Yes.
He lost his job.
I think I know this guy. I don't know the name, but I watched the video.
Yes.
Also, after this whole alien thing, I was watching a whole lot of videos. And he was also, wasn't he a neurosurgeon or something?
No, he wasn't a neurosurgeon. He was a scientist. They found him because he put like this rocket engine in his Honda.
Oh,
yeah, he built it in his garage.
In a Honda.
So they said, yo, this price was clever, man.
Daai man moet die Kaap toe kom.
Phone this guy, we need your help.
Bob Lazar.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, but look, man, the truth is out there. And they're trying to hide it from us, I'm telling you, man.
You see, there's so much that's going on that you can't ignore it anymore, man. Like, even if you are skeptic, you have to have at least a 50% or 30% chance. You can't completely deny it. And for you to believe there's no other life in the entire universe, I think that's just arrogant. You can't just think like we are the only supreme beings.
It's such a massive universe. I mean, no one knows how big it is, and it's even bigger than you think it is.
No one knows.
How can there not be other life?
How? And there's another theory where people are saying maybe it's us in the future that come back.
Yes, it was like
that we have evolved.
Evolution has fucked us up.
That we have evolved to this being, and then we come back and.
I hope not.
There's many different theories. I mean, if you look at it, like the testosterone in men are declining, because of plastics and people not eating meat anymore, and people are living this. I mean, if you look at people back in the Roman ages, right? Big and strong. People fought in the Colosseum and shit.
Oh yes.
And people were tall, and now it's all like everyone's getting smaller.
But you're right, and you know what? There's actually, back, well, not the Olympics, but back in the Greeks' time when they were like the main-os. They used to have like sports like long jump, high jump, things like that as well. And how apparently those people could jump more far.
Really?
Not like we do now.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8 meters world record or whatever. They could jump more far.
And they weren't even built like the people
Exactly.
now,
But I vaguely remember, man. This is now many years ago. I listened. I watched a documentary or something about it, or someone told. I can't remember. But apparently, they also had like a type of Olympics. But those people,
Romans.
the Romans or the Greeks,
yeah.
the Greeks, when they still had the Greek mythology and stuff.
Yeah.
And these people were apparently so strong and so fast, and they could jump far. And they could, and as you mentioned, now I mean, we actually devolving.
We're devolving
Because we're getting weaker, slower, smaller.
Like, how many people are like jacked now these days?
And you know, those guys were natural, man, because they didn't have gyms. But
it was manual labor.
Exactly. It was manual labor. You didn't have office jobs like we had. Jy moet gaan walk en grawe, jou gat gaan grawe en jou dit gaan doen. Jy moet daai
walk 2 kilometers to go fetch water for the week.
Exactly. Those people were built like different.
I mean, they built the Colosseums and shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. With no machines.
No machines. Well, we don't know.
Well, yeah, but the aliens might have helped them. But that's one of the theories with the pyramids. Is that apparently because the pyramids apparently line up to some stars.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
And
perfectly aligned.
Yes, and there's a theory. Look, no one will ever know what happened there. But one of the theories are that aliens helped build these things.
Fake news. Fake news, David.
And
fake news.
What do you mean?
I don't think aliens helped build that, man. I think we just lack the technology to understand, and now we say.
But how on earth would they have built that without cranes? They didn't have machinery.
Do you know there's technology that they're talking about now that they might have used? Talking about sound, how they use sound to move objects. Because now they can they demonstrated on a small scale how they use sound. Like I saw them move stuff. I saw like in a video. I saw how they manipulate sound waves to move objects. So if they can master a skill like that at that time on that level, I'm sure there's a way.
But then I have a question.
Yes, you may ask.
Okay. How did people back then?
Yes.
Okay, because we know the first people that traveled to moon was only in our lifetime.
Debatable. Could be fake news. They might have faked the moon landing.
That could even be fake. Okay,
I'm sure the Earth's flat as well.
Possibly. But we've never been back. No humans have been back. It's just one time. You can't tell me we just did it once.
But why do you want to go back? There's nothing there.
No,
just dust.
No. You know, China's investing in resources now because they're gonna mine areas because they found valuable resources on the moon. Do you know that?
Have you heard about the guy selling plots on the moon?
No.
There's a guy in America.
What?
No, legit. And he's making money, bro.
Not Elon Musk, maybe.
No, it's a normal guy. He's actually
he doesn't own.
He's sold a plot to what's that guy? that famous actor, man.
How do you?
What's this guy? That short guy. He plays in the Mission Impossible movies.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. He sold him a plot of land there.
But how do you even do that? You're not even an owner of the planet, or.
But no one's an owner. So in America, something I can't remember the whole story, man. But that was also this year or last year. I read this, and he did something. I can't remember the whole thing, but he's been selling plots to people on the moon.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
And people are buying it.
How much is a plot?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I might just speak to my guy.
I read it. He did say how much it was, but I can't remember all the details. But I just know this guy was selling plots, and he sold a plot to Tom Cruise.
But how? I don't even know, like, this section of the moon, like, you know, this street. You know, like...
I don't know, man.
These coordinates.
People are making money out of this shit.
You can't even live on the moon.
I think I need to start selling plots on Mars. because the way it's going now, we might be moving to Mars soon.
Okay, I'll take Jupiter. Hands off, people. I will take Jupiter.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. People are doing crazy stuff, and they're getting away with it.
But how? How are people falling for this, man? Yo, you hear about those people in submarines?
Oh,
yeah.
Or that mini sub.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
I think that imploded.
Did it implode?
Yeah.
Really?
They said it was happened now on Monday or Sunday.
Yeah, I heard
people went down.
It got lost.
And then the whole search thing was now throughout the week.
Yeah,
but they said can't remember on which day. I think it was the same day the thing went missing on Monday. Apparently they heard a moosh explosion.
Really?
Some people heard it, but
and
they
then
didn't say anything.
they found a lot of debris. Now
Okay,
in the
I heard
week,
about the debris.
yeah. So they're saying that explosion was the thing collapsing on itself because obviously of the pressure down there. And this thing,
But they've done it before, almost, no?
they've done it a couple of
Yeah,
times.
this wasn't the first mission, so what happened then?
No one knows.
Unless they went deeper than they should have.
No one knows.
Someone
Because they were going to the
Someone
Titanic
took
too.
Yes.
And it was $250,000 per ticket.
Each.
Look, it's a bunch of rich people, so no
Someone
one really
must have-
cares. If
Yeah,
it was,
must
if
have
it was
had the
poor
control
people
and
that
said,
died,
I want to play now, bitch. I want to go
if it
now.
was poor people died, it would have been a big thing. But it's rich people,
That
I
was
mean,
rich people, yeah.
jy wil jou geld spandeer soos 'n kakka met jy maar
Okay,
voel.
but why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
Why? Would you want to do that? Would you want to go to see Titanic? Would you
I
wanna-
would.
I would, yeah.
Why?
Why not?
Experience.
It's a historical event,
No,
man.
it's not.
Of course it is.
Okay, fair enough. But still, the ship is gone. You watch the movie. DiCaprio died. Rose didn't want to share the plank. It was enough. It was enough.
No,
it was
man.
enough space for
No.
him.
The truth is, they're still searching for that diamond.
That diamond that was a fake.
So they're going in there to see if they can find where the diamond is on the ship.
It must be motive involved.
It is. No, but that was crazy, man. That these people, I mean, they took them. And like you said, it wasn't the first time.
It
but now,
wasn't.
this time, all of a sudden, something happened.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
No,
But
man.
Look, it's honestly, it's very sad. I make jokes about it, but it's sad, man. I mean, imagine having to go that way. Look, I'm sure it's like an instant death. I mean, if that thing implodes and it's just a poof,
You're gone.
you would mince. There's nothing left of you.
The one billionaire's son, he tweeted or he posted something, a praise up for the people
Yeah.
and stuff. I didn't know it was the same day. The next day he posted he emailed a photo at the Blink 182 concert.
Oh,
yes.
I was like, wow,
I'm so sad.
I'm so sad. And we go to see Blink 182. Oh my goodness.
well, I must say, I'd rather be there as well.
I was like, what? You can't
Yes.
make this stuff up, man.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, but people are making money. Like I said, 250,000 a ticket, and it's not the first time. This guy's made so much money
Of course.
doing this. And now this last time, it's just there might have been a weak point in this
No, man,
shell or something. I don't know.
Or maybe a wear and tear.
yeah,
No,
look, there's
no.
not a lot of information about it.
Yeah.
There's a guy that worked there for that company
Yeah.
who got fired because he complained about the owners not wanting to do specific testing for certain things.
Holy
Now,
shit.
although they had so much money already, they try to do it as cheap as they can and to make the experience nice, but also cheap. And
That's fucked
they did go a couple of times, but obviously, if you take something that's not perfect and you do something wrong a few times, you just make it weaker and weaker. And this was just about the time that it was
It wasn't
too late.
Yeah, maybe. No.
Or
Yeah, but they
sea-
said
seaworthy.
that a lot of things. I mean, the remote that they were using in there wasn't even a
PlayStation.
It wasn't even a
was
place. It was a Logitech remote.
Yes,
Yeah.
a game
Cheap
controller.
remote.
Hey, Logitech apparently makes great things. Great things.
Great entry market level things, yeah.
Yeah.
But not PlayStation or Xbox
No,
things.
but this guy was demonstrating that it was strong enough for, I don't know, what you, a 16-year-old
A
to throw down.
16-year-old could, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I
durable.
saw the
Yeah,
video
durable,
where,
yeah.
where they take you on a tour of the sub,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, no, and we've got a couple of extras
Yeah.
and whatever.
Yeah.
But he also said there's some handle in the thing. He said, no, you get it like a builder's, but obviously at there,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
that,
yeah.
No, you buy it like builders for like $10 or something.
Yeah, so
it's
they
like,
didn't-
and people are saying, yeah, but this thing's made out of like bits and pieces
Yeah,
of.
it wasn't a state-of-the-art thing. It was like they built it and they just
They were cutting corners.
yes, yes. And the guy that worked there, that sort of was the not the inspector, but he had something to say about certain things. And when he approached them about them having to do a specific test on it, apparently he got fired for that because they didn't do that particular like in-depth test. He was maybe asking too many questions and they let him go.
Wow.
And if they just listened to him, this could have been different. You know?
All these stories
But, yeah.
come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
James Cameron,
Oh, yeah.
he was the guy who directed Titanic. né?
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh,
He
you also made a
himself,
post of it, yes.
he
What did he
went
say?
down there 33 times already. So
With that machine thingy.
no, with his own, with the proper stuff.
Oh, okay.
So when you watch the movie, they show those pics of Titanic. That's actual true pics.
wow.
He's been there like 33 times.
Holy shit.
But the stuff he used was the stuff that you're supposed to be using, not like this.
Yeah, not a background
So
mechanic move.
and he's not just a director. He's also like he is how can I say, a big boffin in undersea stuff, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So he knows that, and he said apparently that when they were lost and when they went down, they talked about that bangs that they were hearing. He knew already that day that it was too late. They didn't say anything because it wasn't for him to say anything. But he said that the US already knew that, apparently, or something like that. So the fact that they went out and did all this $1 million rescue
waste.
missions and all of that, he said that was a waste. Because they knew already that
You heard that bang,
the
it's
bang,
over.
they knew that is what it was.
Sure.
So
Because they couldn't even find it under the ocean.
They
It was
found debris.
Just debris. So I mean, this thing must have just as broer. Die ding het in stukkies gesplit.
like shattered.
But did they find any like bodies? Or
They
any-
said
No,
they
it's
might
not
not
that
even
I've
find
heard.
bodies.
No, but I think those bodies are just jelly, man.
Yeah, it could have shattered the bodies
with
also.
that, daai
That
full
force,
compressor
yeah.
is it. Ek dink daar's iets oor die man.
Sure.
I think it's gone.
There's a guy like
bad way to go.
a scientist type of thing for those stuff. He actually said that the brain needs an extra 0.25 milliseconds to even realize what happened. So
They
they
didn't
couldn't
feel it.
even, before they even knew something was wrong, they were gone. So it was like so instant. They didn't, like, as he said, before they realized there's a problem, they were gone.
Sheesh.
So if the brain had a 0.25 millisecond like extra, they might have realized before. But so in other words, they were gone before they knew they were crap.
That's crazy.
So maybe it's a good way to go.
Yeah.
You didn't feel it, any pain. It was
There's
just
people who
boom,
die with
gone.
pain.
What
They
if
were
you had
just
like
gone.
other things that you really wanted to do also?
I'm sure they did it.
So, okay, first of all, we got load shedding now. And just before the camera stopped recording, Corrie mentioned that you would check updates with this, what is it, submarine story. You would check your phone 2 in the morning for updates. Like, are you serious?
Yes.
Why?
I would wake up. Look, I've got a small child, so I don't sleep a lot.
Okay.
I would wake up sometimes at 12, 2, 4, whatever.
Okay, but did you wake up because she was awake? Or was this on your mind so much that you wanted to wake up to check?
No, the sub wasn't that much on my mind. I was interested in it, but that's not why I woke up.
Okay,
No.
okay.
I just wake up because I'm so used to not sleeping through. I haven't slept through in months.
Wow.
Yes.
But yeah, maybe yes. But the fact that this interests me so much, when I do wake up, the first thing that I was thinking is I'll grab my phone to see, did they find the guys? Are they alive? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to, I actually wanted them to be alive, not just because they have to be alive, but I thought, you know, if they are, that could actually mean so much. They could make a documentary about it. The stories that they will tell about what happened while they were there.
Okay.
Trapped close to the Titanic, like 12,500 feet. You know? So I was thinking, not only will they be alive and lives would have been saved, but what would we learn out of that experience?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't fucking do it.
That could have been one of the lessons, you know?
Keep yourself on dry land.
I want to know from all the people that went with this experience using this submarine technology, right? How many of them were people of color?
None.
This is a white people thing.
It's
black
true.
people and colored people, we
Look
know.
here,
You've got that
Latinos
common
and-
sense.
We know,
Don't
like,
fuck around.
Okay.
Shit ain't for me.
what
I can't breathe under there.
what
I'm a land creature.
what I would argue is,
Yeah.
if we can build something that can travel months away, outer space, why can't we build something that can travel a few hours down?
It's
You
a
understand?
pressure, man.
The pressure.
Yes. As much as that pressure, if you are clever enough to build something that can last up there, then you should have people. The problem is you didn't have the right people to build the stuff to go to where they were supposed to be
Yeah,
going.
the people who got this tender to build it, they obviously cut corners.
Exactly.
Like
It's
you
not
said,
NASA.
No, exactly.
as a private institution,
Exactly.
right? Like you said, James Cameron, he went down there 33 times
But
with
a-
his technology.
a proper sub
thing.
that's, some
If
good engineer built.
yeah, I'm sorry. If I was a billionaire, I wanted this experience, right? And I see a game controller. Controlling this son of a bitch. I'm gonna say,
Are we playing PlayStation here or what?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna pay 250,000
for a Logitech controller
I can buy that on Takealot. I'm like, what?
for 250 rand.
Excuse me, I'm gonna call my homie James Cameron. How did you do it, bro?
Exactly.
How did you do
I'm
it?
sure you didn't go down with a
Ex-
controller. And
exactly.
not only that, but they sat on the floor. They didn't even have chairs.
Didn't even-
It was just a flat surface.
No.
They had to all sit on the floor.
No seat belt. You know,
Oh,
no oxygen tanks.
nuts.
No.
The point is, if you charge so much per head for those trips, why can't you call on a James Cameron to come and just give his opinion
Yeah,
about what you've
as
done
Oversight.
and say, look, the window, it looks nice, it's not going to last though. You see, then they
Yeah,
could
because
have
they only
done
had one
the
window as well.
yes,
Yeah.
and
But no, but not really James Cameron, but the people that actually built the
Yes,
sub for
yes.
James
Yeah.
Cameron.
navies.
Yes.
Contact those
Ask
people and say,
them,
look, yeah,
ask
give us some
them.
advice. Get a contractor. Look, we're gonna pay you whatever. Tell us, is this thing legit?
Yeah.
Whatever. What's wrong with it? Can we fix it?
Exactly.
But obviously, they were cutting corners.
They were cutting corners.
Yeah.
But the weird thing about the ocean is, it's not even explored. Like we don't explore the ocean like we do explore land.
No.
No, look, the ocean apparently we've only explored like 10% or
Yeah,
something
some-
of the
something
ocean because
small.
it's too deep.
Yes.
We don't have the technology to go to those depths.
Yeah.
And this guy's now obviously tried it. He's fucked up and he's lost his life, his son's life, and whoever else was on the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently the ocean is one of the places that we
It's
haven't
the
explored
most
because
unexplored.
it's so difficult to get there.
And we're always finding new creatures that we never.
Oh, yes, there's some weird stuff down there.
But
Weird,
what
weird.
I think
Could be
is
aliens, bro.
Maybe.
Could be aliens.
if we have the money, well, if there's money out there
There is always money out
There
there.
is.
They print money all the time.
Exactly.
All the time.
to build stuff to go to the moon and stuff,
Yes.
why can't they
to
invest
Mars.
a bit to just go down?
To explore our own planet.
We've got the money. I'm sure technology is there. Why don't they do that?
You know why? Because there's no financial incentive for them.
No, what's the point? They're not going to get anything
If
from
there
it.
were diamonds and oil and
Oh, yeah,
minerals,
they would be there. They would
day,
be there
all
tomorrow,
day,
bro.
all day. They'll build suits so you can spend a year underwater without coming back up again. They'll
Exactly.
find underwater food that you can eat underwater.
Exactly.
They'll spend eternity there.
Now look,
mining shit out
the
of that
mysteries
place.
of the ocean is a hell of it, and you must ask him about Atlantis. This guy's investigated Atlantis.
like
For years.
He almost found it.
Like the
City of gold.
Yes, but it's in Egypt. Yes.
No,
yes,
it's not in Egypt.
It's in Egypt.
No, it's not in Egypt.
It's not in Egypt.
No.
No, vertel die story.
I've gotten a bit older, so I let it go because I couldn't. But anyway, no,
Oh,
it's
you used
it's,
to,
it's not in
investigate
Egypt,
this.
man. You know, I forgot like the look. Okay, on Google there would be like this whole thing, and a lot of people will say a lot of things, and they talked about Plato.
Okay.
Now Plato, You know Plato?
Yes.
Okay, so he had a he sort of explained
What
how-
it looked like, right?
Yes.
I remember that.
and where it's situated.
Yes.
Now, based on what he explained, people forever has like theorized where it would be. Now, the thing is, most people have come to a specific conclusion, not a conclusion, but a lot of people came to the Straits of Gibraltar.
Okay.
Like there's like it's apparently it's there, but it's obviously underwater now. Okay, but they have sort of said, based on all of this, the location is approximately there, but people just never found anything. So the theories are it could be because, I mean, when was Atlantis? You understand? So if you look at what happens, we know there's currents every day.
Yeah.
So how much of sand and stuff, how much is it covered?
It might be under the sand, Jim.
There's people that said they actually found statues underwater.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
those statues could be part of Atlantis. Now remember, Atlantis didn't just sink in one piece. Atlantis was destroyed. So
Destroyed, yeah.
there's pieces that is everywhere, you know. So there were locations, but it's interesting because it's a theory. A lot of people say it's myth. Some people say it's actually it was. We
I don't
might
think it's a
never
myth,
know.
yeah. I don't think it's a myth because they found this. Because Plato also described they had this eye, man. It looks like an eye.
Like that generated power or something.
I don't know about that part, but they found if you look from a bird's eye view, they found
Oh, that's
this thing that
yes.
that looks very much like how he described it.
Yes, those circles and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you say. So, yeah. So on the seabed, let's call it that, they found a structure that was, or they found it like many years after Plato. Now Plato explained how Atlantis looked.
Yes.
So they found something that looks almost identical except for wear and tear, let's call it that.
Yeah.
Now, how would someone many years before you describe something that you now see? Let's call it, let's say Google Maps from space.
Yeah.
You see that and you see the structure in a similar form. So, yeah, true. I mean, if someone from many years back has described something, and you find a structure that you could almost put together as that, how can you not believe that it's there?
Yeah, how can you
Because
deny it?
because a person said that these are they were ports. They saw how the ports come together,
Yeah,
you know, where
it
the
was a
ships would
major
come.
trade.
And yes, it was
It
a trade.
It was open.
Ships
People
could
from all
come
different
and
countries
yes,
came to trade. And
exactly.
It was
So
a rich city.
and look, I like. I'm not going to say I like myth. I like history because a lot of it, especially that which is not proven, because of the theories out there, I like to listen to the theories and sort of put them together in my own mind, because you get most of the people that are dreamers and so forth, dreamers in different kind of things. So as hard as life is, if you have things in your mind that excites you, why won't you look into those things? If it makes life exciting, if it gives you things to think about instead of all the crap that's going on outside, if you have nice things to think about, positive things, I'm not saying ignoring what is out there, but life is not about just suffering. It's about listening and reading stuff and wanting to find out more.
Yeah.
We are human beings.
Yeah.
We are curious.
Very.
I think the history of human race as a species, I think it's so unexplored. We don't even know how far we go back and when the first civilization was.
Exactly.
We want to think that we are the first people that but we don't think beyond us. So we think that civilization could not exist beyond 100,000 years.
Yeah.
And it's all myth. Well, theories, like I said.
Yeah.
These scientists, they think, they theorize that, look, we've existed for so many years, but they don't know.
They don't
No
know.
one knows.
That's
If
that's
you
the
weren't
point.
there, you don't know.
I mean,
Yes.
they find skeletons now that date back to 400,000 years. So you telling me nothing happened, that those people were just playing with their thumbs for 400,000 years?
What happened before then?
Exactly.
Yes.
They could have
Yes.
easily had technology more advanced than us because there's
Exactly.
so much more time than us. I mean, how long is we as human beings? I mean, there's is Homo sapiens. There's other levels of
Dinosaurs and things. I mean,
species. I mean, it goes way back. We are so arrogant to believe that we are the only, like we were just evolved and we were humans, but there was nothing before us. It's so ridiculous.
Point is, whatever everyone on this planet has ever known has been taught by people,
Exactly.
not by what actually happened,
Yeah.
or what was or what is. It's taught by books that was read. Now, I'm not saying, for example, I'm not saying the Bible is a myth or a lie, okay? Because I believe in the Bible.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, every single thing that we have ever known has been created by a person like ourselves.
Somebody told the
That
story.
also just heard something
Yeah.
or read something.
It's-
How do
it's
we
like-
know half of what we know is true?
It's like you telling me on this podcast now, right? With this theory now, right? If I don't have a recording of what you said, I'm gonna go tell somebody down the street, yo, Corrie said this, but it isn't gonna be verbatim.
Exactly.
A broken telephone.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And then that person tells that person, that person.
The
that
story, at the end of the day, it's a different story.
Exactly. And then one day when they invent pens, I'm gonna write it down and document this. This is the story. This is how it was because this person told me this. Not knowing this came from 100 different people, and now I'm writing this down.
Yeah, but that's also the same thing. Like he mentioned, look, he's a Christian now and he believes in the Bible and so on. But the Bible's been written by men.
Men.
And you know how many versions of the Bible there's been.
Yeah.
Do you know how many things they've taken out of the Bible?
Exactly. And translations.
From the original Bible to now, it's a different book.
It's way different.
But now you read this thing and, okay, whatever it says, this is it. 100, 200, 300 years ago, it said something different. I mean, it's men writing these things.
Exactly.
How can you believe these people?
And also
it keeps changing. How can a
Yes.
Bible change? Especially
Yeah.
the Bible.
And you know how many times what they omitted
Exactly.
to follow their narrative.
Exactly.
Change this story here, change that story.
To make it more exciting.
And
Yeah.
I think that's any religion really.
Any.
Look, I don't really know much about the other religions, but I'm sure with like the Quran and the this and the that, there's different versions of it. You've had your original, and then from there it's volume 1, 2, 3, 1000, whatever.
Yeah. Like
Things
you get
change
the-
because people write these things themselves,
They write
and
themselves.
they change the whole story.
Yeah.
The way you know it isn't the way someone knew it 100 years ago. And it's actually it's
Yeah, look, I don't wanna talk too much about religion because there's a lot.
It's a lot.
But there is one particular question that I've asked myself, and I kind of forgot about it because it kind of gives you a headache thinking about it because it's like you think about it so much that it drives you crazy. Now, Jesus, we know, walked the earth. Who is his father?
God.
Okay.
Okay,
Ne?
but wasn't it Joseph, yo?
No. Okay. God is all of our fathers if you're Christian,
Okay, okay. I was talking about the human.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but for a Christian, God is the creator of all, ne?
But he's just a being.
He's the creator of all. My question is, who created him?
No one, apparently. Well, according to the what I've not read, and anyway, no one. He's just there.
There had to be a start of something.
No, but the argument is, if there has to be a start from everything, how does the thing that starts first start?
Exactly.
Now that's why they say God, your God, is the start.
That is why I
He
stopped
is the
thinking
start.
about it.
And because, look, everyone, I'm not very
It makes
religious,
you
but
tired
that's why,
thinking
because
about
I ask questions and things like that, I can't get the answers.
Yeah.
And I've also had this argument,
It's
not an
frustrating.
argument,
I've
but a
never
question.
asked that question.
Now it's like,
I have, and it's
What-
frustrating.
and I've also
about it,
asked, what is God? No, he's just a being. He's not a human. He's just there. Okay, but so who created him?
Exactly.
No one can tell you. They could just say, no, but he was at the beginning.
Yeah.
Who created space? Who
and-
created this? Who,
And
there
now,
had to be a beginning of something, and who created the beginning?
exactly. And now my thing
You
is
see?
also
Yeah.
the whole
Okay,
thing with the
okay.
aliens. Look, I'm not fluent in the Bible, so I don't know. But in the Bible, does it say anything about aliens?
I thought you were gonna say in the book of aliens today. I thought you were gonna say that.
What does this mean?
These
So
pictures,
if there's
these pictures.
if there's now Christianity, we've
Yeah.
got and not only that, but now who says Christianity is the religion? You've got
Yeah.
Muslims, you've got Christians, you've got Jews, you've got Hindus, you've got
Right.
this. And now I had this when I was in Sunday school many years ago. This one guy asked a question to the Sunday school teacher. He's like, okay, but now we're playing cricket. I'm playing whatever. I'm playing cricket and we're playing against the Indian team, say now. They believe in they're Hindus and I'm Christian. Both of us pray before the game. Let us win the game. Now the Indians win. I was like,
Yeah.
so what now? That was so funny. But it's
Yeah.
no one really. Look, you have to for yourself just decide what you
Yeah.
believe in.
Yeah.
But each person has his own opinion and so on.
Yeah.
And because there's so many religions,
So many.
how do you know which is the right one? You
Everyone's
say
the same.
yours is the right,
Yeah, everyone.
but that
yeah.
one, they think theirs is right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, whose is right?
You know how many wars were started because
Of religion.
Yes.
You know, I used to be very religious and I was very church going, but more questions are asked. It didn't make sense.
Same
And
with me.
then I-
There's
and then I
just
took a
there's just
back
too
step.
many gaps, man.
I took a back step from religion, and it doesn't mean I don't believe in God or in a higher power, but just religion itself, the man-made aspect.
Look
of
there.
I'm very.
I'll honestly say I haven't been in church in many years. It doesn't mean because of that I'm a bad person
But
and
you
I
don't
go
have to go to church
and,
to be a good
and,
person.
and
Church is a man-made institution.
do
as
bad
well.
things.
But you don't even have to be religious to be a good person.
Yeah.
You don't.
That comes
Yes.
those morals come from your mother and father.
Yeah, it's how you get raised.
The Bible doesn't have to learn you that. You know you don't go and kill someone.
Yeah, you just know.
You know you don't do this. You don't steal someone's stuff. You don't. It doesn't have to come from a Bible.
doesn't have
It's what your parents teach
Yeah, when I was religious, going to church and stuff, I never felt like all of that made me want to be a better person. Never. I didn't feel any spiritualness. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel any connection when I was at church. Only when I took a back step from religion and I started living my own way, and I was like, yo, I feel even more, connected to something bigger
Yeah, yeah.
than what I used to. I grew up that way, and all of that it never got me closer to spirituality. Never.
But the thing is also now we look, Americans are talking about aliens and so on, but now you see an alien legit in front of you. What does that do to religion?
Bro.
What do they believe in? And they're probably older than the aliens are probably older than humankind.
I'll put him on the podcast, bro.
Oh, bro, please invite me. Please invite me. I want answers.
We will talk.
But that's one thing for me as well. When I look, like I said, everyone knows I'm not very religious, but that was one of my questions because I've always believed there's aliens out there. But now, okay, we've got Christians, we've got Muslims, what, everything. But now there's aliens. So how does this now work? Because your Bibles don't tell you about these things.
Yeah.
And what do they believe in?
Those are,
They are, in my opinion, probably older
generations
than we are. They're much older than humankind.
Billions
So
of years.
I don't know what now. What now?
That could be why the secret is being hidden. because
it would
people
it
is
would blow
not going
people's
to be
fucking
able
minds.
to,
They will think their whole
Yeah.
lives that they
Has
what
been
they
a lie.
believed is exactly, it's been a lie. They will not be able to comprehend.
people that is exactly why certain things are being kept from the world, is because humans won't be able to comprehend the truth. They can't handle the truth.
lose their fucking minds.
Oh yes.
Yo.
No, look, it's
Imagine,
true, like he's saying. It's
imagine.
look, and we've discussed it in a previous podcast as well. Religion was, in my opinion, in the beginning, was created to control people.
Yeah.
Yes. I
It
believe
was
that.
it was created to control people.
Yeah.
You're not allowed having sex before marriage. You must give a tenth to the church. You
yes.
must do this. It's my fucking money. I've worked my moor off for this money.
It's
I
to
must
build-
not give you a tenth.
It's to build the church, to make the church bigger.
Egg full of fuck. We can do it over Zoom. That's
But COVID also
think
was created to keep us in check.
Okay, wait, okay.
Anyway, back to the story. What was it op?
Okay, you went deep into the rabbit hole of COVID to create, what? You said
Oh,
COVID.
to
No.
keep us in check.
Keep us in check,
Yeah, that could have been a way to limit population, to like sort of get us back on the, because
You really think so?
let's face it, ne? If you think about it, how many years have we been on this planet? Ons weet hoe lang ons hier is, né? And in that time, yes, people die every so many seconds. But in that same amount of seconds, one person dies, 3 or 4 new people are born. What does that tell you over 2023 years?
Probably not overpopulated.
Exactly.
Yeah, Moorse.
Okay?
Look at India.
So
I mean,
if-
there's over
if-
a billion people there.
No, but
and
we're
China.
not. But we're not overpopulated.
No,
Where?
I'm talking about the whole world now.
Earth, yeah.
Yeah,
The whole
ne?
Earth, yeah. We're not overpopulated.
I think certain countries are though.
India
India is
definitely is.
definitely
If you
overpopulated.
look at country by country, but there's so much land that we
No,
not
no,
using.
But
in
the
the
Indians-
whole world, yes. But in the one country, like
Okay,
India, is
fair
definitely
enough.
overpopulated.
Fair enough. Okay, there are countries, yes.
Yes.
I agree
Yeah.
with that. But in the whole
Not the world.
entire
No, definitely. I
Earth,
mean, we've got deserts that fucking open. You can go build a house there and whatever.
you can
Yeah.
go even go live in Mars. I mean, moon, the moon.
But,
People are
but
studying plus.
specific countries itself are
I
more
get that.
overpopulated.
I get that.
Even Russia has got a little people for the
yes.
amount of land they've got.
There's a lot of
And then they still want to take over Ukraine. I mean, fuck it, man. Jy het genoeg plek. But I mean, they've got a lot of space.
There's a lot of countries that are underpopulated as well. Yes, you are right. Like for example, Sweden also has a population problem. They're
Exactly.
underpopulated.
We should
They
just
actually
move people
encourage-
around.
they-
Take these Indians and move them to Sweden.
Sahara. to Sahara.
Of waar ook al,
Yeah.
kry 'n plek vir.
Yeah.
But if you check now, you know, there was a thing with China. You probably know about it. Years back, they were only allowed having 1 kid per
Yes,
family.
absolutely.
Now they're sitting with a problem where they've got too many old people.
Yes,
And now they're
mostly
encouraging,
males.
and now they're encouraging people to have more kids. But they put a ban on having
How
more
many?
than 1
Yes.
kid. And now they fucked up the whole
They-
thing
they
there.
are fucked.
Because they've also got a ton of fucking people.
Yes.
But the majority of their population is old people.
Old.
And when they die, what do you sit with? Foko.
True, man. You can't repopulate then.
Yeah, it's going to take years to actually get your
They got a
numbers up
massive-
again.
They got a massive
So
problem.
they've not taken that whole thing away about 1 kid. Now you can, nou gaan jy bos gaan soos 'n fucking hasie of
So it's
But still,
it's,
it's too late now.
It's too late. Yeah.
So
They
it's
fucked up.
if you buy a toy, it won't say made in China anymore. It's going to say made in South Africa.
Oh, it's already mostly does.
Ah,
Made in
that's
South
deep,
Africa.
That's deep, Corey.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Because there's not going to be Chinese making toys anymore.
Nah.
They're still going to be playing with him.
Shots fired. Shots. Corey. Corey's the second most hated man in this street.
Shit.
We're gonna come after you, bro.
I'm glad I'm not the number one on the number one hit list anymore.
I'm gonna lose subscribers. My Chinese listeners are gonna be shooting.
People are going to love this.
I don't know, Corey.
we might have to edit this out.
I have to bleep something here. Yo, that is a bit controversial and dangerous.
Nah, but it's. But look, You know, South Africa's got such a good relationship with China. I mean, fucking hell.
Apparently Russia too.
One of these days, they'll be moving this way.
Too good.
Oh,
of a
yes.
relationship.
And it's,
We are making so much debt with the Chinese, and
Exactly.
there's so many constructions that they're doing over here.
they are building shit like crazy here, eh?
It's insane. And this whole BRICS thing, did you hear? But okay, I didn't. It was a headline. It was no BRICS. It was China,
Yeah.
Russia, India, South Africa, and wie nog?
Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
There was this thing that they want to create their own currency.
India as well.
Yeah, India, yeah, create their own currency.
I've heard about
Yeah,
that.
correct.
And the Americans were apparently very scared of this.
Of course.
Because they are, because, no, it's not only them, it's Saudi as well. Saudi Arabia or UAE.
No, we're not part of them.
No, but they were also siding with the Chinese.
The
To
oil.
yeah, something about,
Yes,
the same thing about you saying, we're creating our own currency
Yes.
and competing with the dollar.
Yeah.
And they said, especially if the UAE or Saudi or whoever comes with us, then there's a yellow fork.
Dennis,
Because
yes.
then the dollar is going to plunge.
It's
Because
big
now at the moment, whenever anything happens with dollar, as a fucking Trump of iemand niece, broer, then the fucking rand sinks, poof, and the dollar goes up for some reason.
Yeah.
But now what they're trying to do is, if we have our own currency, then they can do what they want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our currency is not going to go up and down.
But did you see you know the sort of Gaddafi, no? Gaddafi wanted to make Africa one. He wanted to make this, I think called the Africoin or something.
Oh.
And it was backed by gold. He wanted to get one currency for the whole entire Africa. And we wanted to make one African passport so we can travel. If we wanted to
Yeah.
make Africa stronger.
Yeah.
That's why they killed him, because America would have suffered, the dollar would have suffered. Because remember, the dollar isn't backed by gold anymore.
No, it's not.
It's
and you know
not.
what? All in the past, it was where you can only print as much money as how much gold you've got.
Yes.
And then,
It took it off the gold standard.
which was a
Reagan,
stupid thing.
I think Reagan did
Because
that, yeah.
the problem there was gold doesn't, America doesn't have gold.
Doesn't have gold.
They get all their gold from us.
Exactly.
From Africa.
Yes.
And we would have been the strongest.
We would
Now they're printing money like fuck all. They don't have nothing to back it. But they're printing money.
They're just printing it. And this is the reason for inflation also. Because there's too much money just floating around.
Way too much money.
Too much.
I tell you,
And this freaking war also, is America's just funding this war.
but look, that war is all fuck up. I don't know what's gonna happen, but look, I would really be with it. Stand by having our own currency with China and India and what.
Okay.
Do our own thing. You guys can do your own thing. We'll do our own
The
thing.
thing about that is, no, do you really want to... Okay, I still don't understand why we're doing this BRICS thing. No? Like, you want to have relations with a dictator, the Chinese, alleged dictator, alleged.
Alleged.
Do you want to have relationships with this war criminal, so to say, Putin? Do you really want to stand with these people during these, or whatever he's doing to Ukraine?
No, look, I don't agree with that at all. The whole Russian thing, never. But the thing is, man, America has too much power. And that is why I'm saying I will stand by this. Because I don't agree with the whole Russian thing. Fuck them. Anyway, I don't like this shit that's going on that they started. But America has way too much power over us countries, developing countries and third nation world countries.
Yeah.
Because now with this whole thing about this war we're signing with Russia, now they want to put sanctions in against us.
Sanctions?
Yeah, they want to sanction us now.
What do you mean? What's happening?
They want to put sanctions in against. There was something that was supposed to be held. They were threatening sanctions. I don't know on what, but there was some conference thing that was supposed to be held in South Africa, and now the Americans have said, or they want to pull it out of South Africa now because we're not siding with Russia. And the thing is, that's what I'm saying. They've got way too much power because they are controlling the world. Really, their currency is weaker than the pound and the euro, but they controlling Europe as well with all their crack that they're doing. It's just they think too much of themselves, man.
Sure.
They need to be brought down a notch, and that's why I'm saying the developing countries, the third world countries, all of those things, we need to start standing together and build our own thing. Remember, most of the stuff they get from us. and then we import it back to us again. We sell it to them and take it back from them.
It's stupid.
Like the oil. They get a fuck ton of oil in Africa.
Yes.
But we buy it back from them.
And we pay how much for
It's
oil?
our oil.
And
Why are we selling it to them? Kick them out. It's ours.
And we pay how much for oil?
Exactly.
It's supposed to be so cheap for us.
We need to stand together and do our own thing.
We have a-
Whatever
yeah.
happens there, if their banks collapse and cuck like that, it shouldn't affect our currency.
It should not.
We're not involved in what happened there.
It's
That's
so
what I'm saying
ridiculous.
now.
We're so rich in resources.
This country is, and this is why there's always war in Africa by the Americans and the Europeans, because we've got all the resources.
everything,
They've got
man.
nothing.
Everything.
They've got very little resources. They get everything from us and they fucking steal it from us.
Yeah.
We should be cutting them off and say, look, we're keeping our resources, whatever. If you want to buy it, it's fine, at a higher price.
Yeah.
But our people will come first.
Yes.
They get the cheaper option.
Exactly.
Whatever you want, what's left, we can sell to you, but at a markup.
Yeah. That's so true.
And but see, when we do this, there will be war.
They will come for us.
That's what I'm saying.
They will come for
They've
us.
got too much power in this world. That's why I would rather go with China. Look, China's also, like you said, a dictatorship.
Yeah.
But go with them. Russia, I suppose, but I don't really want to. But I mean, just to create our own thing, and then
but
put
you see
them
this-
and keep them in the dark a bit, like we've been in for years and years and years.
There's just so much corruption. Like our own politicians sell us out.
Yeah, but that needs to change as well. Yeah.
Has
That's a fuck up as well, because that's what's fucking up this country as well, because they steal our money, man.
Steal.
Which can be used for schools, for hospitals, for whatever, for roads, potholes. And
I mean, even something as simple as having drinking water in every house, you know, having toilets in every house. You know, we still have people that don't even have their own toilets in.
exactly, and you know, in I think in the
boss is
Constitution, it says there
Boss
that
is calling.
Oh, okay, we gotta wrap this up.
No,
Go
you
over.
can.
in the
We're
almost done. In the Constitution, it says that you should have you've got the right to water, electricity, this and
Yeah.
that. But we don't. We don't have electricity. How many people don't have clean drinking water? Do you see the cholera outbreak that's happened now?
Yeah,
They don't
I
have
heard
drinking
about
water. And I mean, we don't have the right to these things. It's in the Constitution, but it means nothing. It's just a piece of paper. I could have just all been written down on a piece of toilet paper.
It's pathetic.
Am
But on that note, we need to wrap this up. David, thank you so much for being in the streets once again. It was a pleasure having the most hated man in the streets back.
Represent.
Corrie, it was wonderful having you
Thanks, man.
in these streets as well. Thank you for allowing us.
Yeah, this
into your
cameo.
home. Into your
Cameo.
home. I hope you enjoyed the experience, my man.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice talking about true things.
Yeah.
You can't always just sit and talk about these things. You know, a lot of people will
Exactly. Look, we talk
pull
a lot
back
of
and just
Yeah.
like ignore it. But
Yeah.
it's nice talking about the kind of things we all have something we believe in that we feel is true that's out there. You know.
It is. We don't have to always agree with each other.
Yeah.
We talk a lot of cuck, but we also talk our truths.
Yeah.
And
Stuff
it's
we
like,
feel
as
is
he
true.
mentions in the beginning already, there's no judgment here.
There's no
The streets
judgment.
might judge, but we don't judge.
The streets might judge.
It's what you say. What you say is what you say. What
And
you
the
feel.
streets are built by the people that judge.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, like we always don't always agree. We all come from different backgrounds and different cultures, but we can have conversations like these, and it's healthy. It's healthy. So yeah,
Yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice discussing these theories and the facts and
yeah,
all of that. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Any additional words for the streets, gentlemen?
Enjoy the braai.
Believe, guys, believe.
What you doing out in these streets, Roux? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out? What you doing out? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out in these streets, Roux? We in these streets.